A novelist is depicted in this story, who is writing about spies. Many agencies are behind him to catch him because whatever she is writing in her novel is coming true in the future. Because whichever one of them gets it first will discover something very valuable that they have been wanting to know for a long time. We meet an agent named Argylle. At the opening of the movie, he goes to a bar and meets a female. However, everyone in this club, Argylle, was being targeted by someone, and after that, the girl leaves with Argylle's handgun. Argylle was about to be killed by these individuals. Then again, there's a ton of smoke. The Argylle bolts from the smoke and emerges. A female driving a jeep. A teammate of his moves toward him, but that female arrives on a bike and she pulls her gun and fires at them. But Argylle made it through him. A gunshot is fired at this girl. She runs away, and then Argylle receives a call from a man who says, "This girl will be seen by the doctor. You go collect her." Argylle drives the vehicle after the girl, but she flees because she is too mischievous. Additionally, Argylle's car broke. He then calls Ved, one of his squad members, to inform him that she is approaching you and that you need to catch her. Veet responds, "Okay," and then that chick. Veet catches her as she passes and raises her up using one hand. When Veet instructs her, "Tell me quickly or we will kill you," she opens her phone, hands it to Argylle, and tells Traggle, "You and my master are the same." The three of them are seated together. Then it extracts the poison from its locket, puts it in its mouth, and eventually perishes. Subsequently, they recognize the same voice, but Ved advises Argylle to remove his Bluetooth device and toss it in jar. After removing the Bluetooth and dropping it into the tea, this woman is seen. Elly is a writer that goes by Elly and focuses on. She wrote the backstory for it. Her made-up characters are Argylle and Veda. She responded to inquiries from a few individuals. After that, she returns home and begins writing a book. Argylle, a fictional character who also saw Elly in real life, is talking to a female in Hong Kong when the girl tells him to go to London. "My man will give you a silver bullet." According to the novel, the following day, Elly takes the train to visit her parents. Next, a man takes a seat on the chair in front of him and begins reading Argylle's book. At the end of the book, he finds a photo of Elly, and he tells Elly not to worry because there is a man who is going to try to kill her, but instead, he is coming to get your autograph right now. Elly, though, was staring at him glumly. The individual proceeds to obtain an autograph concurrently. However, as soon as the man extracts the syringe from the pin, Elly is thrown milk at by the man seated next to him, and all of the other men go to kill him. However, it begins killing everyone, seizes Elly, and flees in a different carriage. Nevertheless, a group of men approaches them and opens fire, grabbing Elly before the train comes to a stop. With the aid of a parachute, the door opens and they take off into the sky. As soon as Elly comes to, a man claiming to be Eden approaches her and introduces himself, telling her that he is the one who was on the train. Carlos, a person who was standing behind us on the train, is employed by the Division. Since you wrote a book in which all you said was true, Division is supporting you. Iden informs him that what you said in your book actually happened and that I, not Argylle, was the one who did it. As they sit in their car and head out, I got a hacker to take Davin's master plan, and after he did, he assured me he would bring it to you from London. I went there, but he never showed up because they are all in one spot, and Eden leaves to use the restroom, where he speaks with someone and informs him he won't be able to be in Natak for very long. I'll bring him to you even though I want to shoot him. But Elly overhears and leaves with her cat. I can't tell you everything over the phone. You people head to London right away. Elly walks to a hotel and meets her parents there after saying, "However, we can see that her father is in the Division." It was unknown to Elly though. After telling her everything, Elly asks, "Where's that book?" Haley says, "It's on my bike." She unscrews the book from the bike and she hands it to him, and he begins using the glasses to take photos. However, Iden goes there and shoots the Division. After she instantly dies, Division hits her, knocking him out cold. He then takes up with Buck and invites Elly to accompany him. "They're not your parents, according to Iden, so let's go." Along with me, they flee and get into a car, and while in the automobile, they travel a great distance. Riley learns that Alfie Hatter, the man Rayton meets with Ollie, is a retired CIA operative. You mention that you are our espionage agent, Kyle, and that you have ancient memories. It's time to meet the actual one. After leaving, Elly tells Aiden that your kiss is ridiculous. I have a call from Rachel. No, you're Rachel, says Kyle. Be courageous. No, I'm Ollie, and I write books. Aiden then starts to summon her, but she moves aside and grabs Aiden, bringing him to the ground. On that particular day, you travel to London without me, and later on, we learned that you had an accident and were admitted to the nearby hospital. When we first found you, Visa moved you to a different hospital, which allowed him to know who you were even though we didn't remember who you were. He then took advantage of you, and Vision and his secretary together revealed to us that they are your parents. After that, these people gave you a book, which you used to write about our experiences in. The white you wrote about is in white. We shot him dead as you wrote, even though we only had 3 team members. No, she replies, I wrote it, but Ollie informed her that he only shot 11 on the right side of the heart, which doesn't kill a person. My fan sent me an email with this notion. Aiden stated that you must go on a mission. She says that's not possible. You can write to Argylle for 5 years. Aiden continues. You can also pretend to be Rachel Kyle for a day. Together, we will finish this assignment. Since carrying a weapon was prohibited at the castle, the 2 of them drove there and searched the garden. When he goes to see Madame Up out of want to meet her, she gives him a book, which surprises her greatly. Travels to Eden and finds Ellie's mother, E. The division secretary approaches Aiden and asks how he survived. I was wearing a bullet project, she adds, but don't do anything smart here or the guards would shoot you. Come on, let's have some tea and speak, Aiden. When the tea is brought, Aiden drinks it first, and then they both sip it. Elly remarks, I know you've seen everything Chili remembers from that day. After breaking her window, Elly disappears into the river. You were also a special agent of the division because of this. After telling Aiden that this is a lie, he claims that bringing anesthetic medications was not prohibited. She passes out. When Aiden wakes up, the division is seated next to him. He informs her that they have the master file, but he also wants Elfie because he keeps opening our hair, so we need to catch him. Ollie claims he has no idea where he is. All he knows is that there was a vineyard there and that it was in France, but he is certain he can tell. Division responds that even though we attempted to question him, he's not answering. Ollie then says that he can't ask her and goes to Aiden to ask him where Elfie is. Aiden replies that he won't reveal, but Elly then shoots the man after grabbing his weapon and approaches him, claiming that he must be wearing a tracking device around his neck. Division receives a locket from her after she takes it from his neck and informs him that it was useless. I started by figuring out where Alphi was on the map. After the man's handcuffs are removed from Eden, we start to glimpse the location of a sizable vineyard in France. Eden then awakens and gets to his feet. However, it also discovers Alphi's address and murders the 2 men. Division and Secret, who are overjoyed to see this, inform him that I was granted access to your computer so I could get the file. The screen indicates that Elfie has been sent, but the file has not yet been sent. After throwing them both to the ground, Riley brings her cat to the armory room, but Eden isn't there. Elly then raises her hands. I'm at your side. When Aiden says, you shot me in the heart, she responds, you wouldn't be alive if I shot you in the heart. It seems that there was a bullet in the heart, but it was in the side. And if you read the book, I saved 11 in the same way that my fan informed me, but I also conducted some research on it. He is informed by the division man that the woman is in the weapons room. Next, the division orders all of the soldiers to stand in front of the room while they begin to spew smoke from within. When they were tormenting the bands, once within the pipe, they both arrive at the division location. Carl then orders him to take out all of his men and murder them. They both cover behind a machine, and as a result of the bullets striking the pipe, oil begins to spill and spread everywhere. Meanwhile, a group of people slowly approach them and start addressing them with chopsticks. I recall that I used to also skid. Yes, Eden replied, but a bit too much. Subsequently, Ali concealed a knife beneath her shoes, unsheathed her firearm, and advanced toward the group of individuals. She kills everyone there by grabbing the gun. Meanwhile, Carl approached her and fatally struck him. Going to Aiden, they say, let's go to the server room. He enters and begins to transfer the file, but he asks for a scan. The division arrives with a shotgun and informs them that they cannot send this file without me. As he is ready to execute them, she bites him, causing Aiden to shoot her and kill him instead. Elly says, "I've got another idea." After she enters the elevator, we see the secretary music box when we gaze up through the elevator and realize it's inside a large ship. After arriving at the location, Elly proceeds to transmit Elfie a file when the secretary orders her to kill Aiden as music begins to play. Elly assaults Aiden and shuts the file. They begin to kill him. The music is cheering him on, so he is rendered speechless. He uses a ranger to strike the secretary in the head, causing the music box to fall and shatter. The music then stops, and Elly, too, stops. Just as Aiden is going to be executed. "How are you doing?" She claims that I am the one who mistreated you. Elly files for Alfie. After the three depart and the ship blows up, Wyatt and Elly Argylle are present. As she was telling the narrative, she mentioned that Argylle was now totally free and that the three of them were sitting in the court before leaving. The movie finishes here as she becomes even more shocked and gets up to declare, "I don't have any questions for you, but you must have a question for me."